I am still shaking from that intense, raw, and completely mind-blowing conversation between Eva and Izaiah. I mean, I am literally sitting here screaming at my screen. Did you guys watch that? Izaiah Hawthorne, sweet, patient, stand by, your hospital bed, Izaiah, just dropped the biggest, most shocking bomb of the century on Ava. I could not believe my ears. I had to rewind it. I was like, wait, what did he just say? He was a car thief? Are you kidding me? Izaiah, the guy who brings her peach cobbler and holds her hand through her body dysmorphia and transplant scar insecurities, used to run around stealing cars. It is just too much to process. My jaw is still on the floor. Let's break this down because my brain is spinning out of control. Izaiah is sitting there looking deeply into Eva's eyes, and he just completely bears his soul. He tells her about his dark, twisted past. He and his buddy Des were out there boosting cars, getting into massive trouble, living this dangerous thug life, and then the ultimate mistake. They steal the wrong car. You know, in Fairmont Crest, you do not mess with the wrong people. I can only imagine the sheer terror they must have felt. And Eva, oh my gosh, Eva's face, she was absolutely stunned. Shocked, paralyzed. She is looking at her sweet boyfriend and suddenly seeing a completely different person. I am screaming. I feel like I need a brown paper bag to breathe into. But wait, it gets crazier. Because who steps in to save the day? Who swoops in like some dark, twisted guardian angel from the underworld? Joey Armstrong. Yes, Joey, the casino boss, the guy everyone thinks is just this ruthless, cold-blooded criminal. Joey steps in and saves Izaiah and Des from whatever horrible fate awaited them for stealing that car. Izaiah is sitting there telling Eva that Joey saved his life. Joey gave him a second chance. I am losing my mind over the complexity of this. We all know Joey has a dark side, but to Izaiah, Joey is a hero. Joey is the father figure that Elon Hawthorne never was to him. It is so deep and so emotional. And the tragic part of this whole confession, Des didn't learn his lesson. Izaiah tells Eva that Des went out and reoffended. He got caught again. And this time, there was no Joey Armstrong to save him from the system. Des got locked up in prison, and he is not getting out. Izaiah realizes how incredibly lucky he is. He knows that he could be rotting in a jail cell right now if it wasn't for Joey. And you can see the wheels turning in Ava's head. She has always judged Joey. She has always thought of him as this toxic, dangerous element in Izaiah's life. But in that moment, Eva gets it. She realizes that Joey and Izaiah's relationship isn't just toxic. It's built on a foundation of profound, life-saving loyalty. Joey is the reason Izaiah is sitting in front of her today. Now, let's talk about Eva. Oh, Eva. I am judging her so hard right now. I am throwing all the shade at her. She is sitting there listening to Izaiah pour his heart out, confessing his deepest, darkest sins, and she is playing the innocent, shocked girlfriend. But we know her secret. I am literally yelling at the TV. Tell him, Eva. Tell him what you did. But does she? No. She keeps her mouth completely shut. It makes me so mad. But it is also brilliant soap opera drama. I love it and I hate it at the exact same time. Let me remind you all of the twisted, horrible thing Eva is hiding behind those innocent eyes. She and her mother, Leslie, literally scammed their way into Fairmont Crest. They lied, they manipulated, and they physically injured Laura just so Eva could get a job near Ted. They caused actual physical harm to an innocent woman just to infiltrate Ted Richardson's life. And Eva is just sitting there, letting Izaiah think she is this sweet, innocent victim of circumstance. She is so smart for keeping her mouth shut, because if Izaiah knew the lengths she went to, the psychotic scheming she participated in, he might run for the hills. She is playing it so safe, and it is infuriatingly clever. She is keeping her cards so close to her chest, but the conversation doesn't stop there. Oh no, it shifts to the ultimate Fairmont Crest tragedy, Ted and Leslie. Eva starts talking about how her parents met, and guys, my heart was breaking all over again. Eva completely understands the dynamic. She knows the true story. Leslie working at the bar, serving drinks, just trying to get by. Ted walks in, looking handsome but miserable. An Anita Dupree song is playing in the background because, of course it is. Anita is the queen of this town, and her music is the soundtrack to their lives. Ted sits down, orders a bourbon, and starts trauma dumping on this poor bartender about his failing marriage with Nicole and their IVF struggles. I am screaming just thinking about Ted's manipulation. He is sitting there complaining about his wife to a vulnerable, lonely woman, and then he takes off his wedding ring. He takes off his ring and he kisses Leslie, a deep, passionate, life-altering kiss. He tells her she is amazing. He buys her a teddy bear. He literally love bombs her into absolute oblivion. Eva knows this. Eva knows that Ted made Leslie fall madly, deeply, insanely in love with him. He was her entire world. He made her believe that they were destiny. And then what does Ted do? He throws her away. He tosses Leslie out like yesterday's trash because he wants to play happy family with Nicole. I am so furious with Ted Richardson. Eva is 100% right, and I am standing right beside her on this. Ted is the one to blame. Ted is the villain of this story. He completely ruined Leslie's life. He took a normal woman and turned her into a desperate, obsessive, broken shell of a human being. He started all of this resentment. He planted the seed of crazy in Leslie's brain. If Ted had just stayed home with his wife, none of this would have happened. And you know what the craziest part is? Ted knows it. We have heard him admit it. Ted has actually admitted that he is responsible for the way Leslie turned out. He knows that his actions, his lies, his broken promises are what shattered her mental state. He should be taking full responsibility for her life. He owes her. He cannot just walk around in his pink suits acting like he is the victim of a crazy stalker. He created the stalker. I am just so passionately angry about how Ted gets away with everything while Leslie is treated like the town pariah. Ted deserves to be punished for his mistake. He needs to pay for what he did to that woman's mind and soul. Which brings me to Kat. Oh, Catherine Kat Richards, Princess Kat, sitting in her brand new luxury condo with Tomas, judging everyone. Kat needs to hear this story. I am practically begging the writers to have Eva sit Kat down and tell her the gritty, unfiltered truth about her precious daddy. Kat looks at Leslie and Eva like they are trapped. She thinks they are just gold-digging opportunists who want to ruin her perfect family. But Kat needs to look at Ted. She needs to take the blinders off and see her father for who he really is. Listen to me, Kat. Wake up. Your father is a manipulator. Your father is a cheater who preyed on a vulnerable bartender, took off his wedding ring, and promised her the world. Kat needs to see this objectively. She needs to understand that her father is the one at fault here. Yes, Leslie has done horrible things. Yes, Leslie is chaotic and messy. But Ted lit the match that burned Leslie's sanity to the ground. If Kat knew the real story, if she truly understood the depth of Ted's betrayal, maybe she would have a little more compassion for Eva. Maybe she would realize that Eva is just a victim of Ted's reckless actions. Kat needs a massive reality check, and I want Eva to be the one to deliver it. I am just spiraling thinking about the future of these storylines. What is going to happen when Izaiah inevitably finds out about Eva's secret? Because in Fairmont Crest, secrets never stay buried. When he finds out she injured Laura, will he look at her the same way? Will he think she is just as manipulative as her mother? And what about Ted? Will he ever face true consequences for destroying Leslie? Will Shanice eventually see through his charm and realize he leaves a trail of broken women in his wake? The anticipation is literally killing me. The tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Izaiah's loyalty to Joey Armstrong is going to cause massive problems down the line, especially with Jacob trying to take Joey down. Eva is sitting on a ticking time bomb with her secret. Ted is parading around while Leslie cries into a torn teddy bear. It is high-stakes, emotional warfare, and I am here for every single second of it. This show knows exactly how to rip our hearts out and stomp on them. I cannot wait to see how Kat reacts when the pedestal she put her father on finally crumbles into dust. It is going to be epic, it is going to be messy, and it is going to be pure television gold. Keep watching, keep gasping, and keep judging these characters with me.